Welcome to the Who's Got Next Spotlight, brought to you by Victory Sports Academy, Wingstop, and of course, Get Recruited 365. I'm here with the class of 2017 prospect, defensive end prospect, down here for the West Monroe Rebels, Mr. Dennis Collins. Dennis, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Glad to catch back up with you. A lot of great things been going on with you. Got a lot of big offers, becoming one of the marquee names around here. Another batch of those great recruits that Northeast Louisiana is producing. First of all, I want to say congrats on that. Definitely want to thank God for that because it's such a big honor, to be on the college radar to get scholarships. And this is a young man who certainly earned it, continuing to earn it, and I know your family and everybody is so proud of you. So for those coaches who don't know a little bit about you, we're going to talk about you as a student athlete today, and they can kind of get a feel of who Dennis Collins is, not just as a football player, but as a young man and what you're kind of looking to get. So start out with your height and your weight.
About 6'3", 255.
Okay, 6'3", 255, once again, defensive end. Could even be a hybrid linebacker depending on what kind of fit it is, but primarily right now playing defensive end. Getting down and dirty out there on the defensive line for the West Monroe Rebels. Okay, Dennis, let's talk about your accolades and a little bit about last season. You had a lot of honors. You were able to be second team All-NELA, honorable mention All-State, and of course you got that All-District nod. So you were a very young player out there for the Rebels. Talk to me about the season. You were able to show your impact, but what are some of the things you learned and what are some of the things you were hoping to gain from last season?
Hopefully I can get my shoulder shaking back. I had a strained rotator cuff, but hopefully they'll shake back and go chase another ring. We'll try to chase a ring.
Absolutely, and I know that West Monroe Rebel program is thirsty for those rings. It's kind of been a while, but you all have that class that's got some studs at some key positions that's going to be able to put the Rebels in position to get those rings. And of course, rehabbing the injury is definitely important, but nothing too serious, nothing that should alarm coaches. It's just something that comes along with the game. Let's talk a little bit about the offers. I know I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier that you had some marquee name schools that have offered, and I know you got the attention of a lot of schools, but for those coaches who don't know, kind of lay out some of the offers that you got.
Well, I have a TCU. I picked up an Ole Miss offer this week. I have Tennessee, Arkansas, ULM, Jackson State, Tech, ULM.
Absolutely. So a well-rounded group of schools, that are definitely on to Dennis Collins. Like I said before, he's got that 3.4 GPA, got a 21 on the ACT. So this is not just someone who's going to kill it on the football field. This is a young man who's doing the work in the classroom is showcased by his ACT score as well as his GPA. So this is a young man for you coaches who yet to offer Dennis Collins. You want to make sure that you go ahead and get on early because after a while, he's going to have to start making a decision as to, which schools I'm really feeling, which schools are showing me the most love, and then ultimately sign that letter of intent to go on and continue to play. Let's talk about your plans for the summer. I know you're going to be very busy this summer. What do you kind of have on the radar so coaches can have an opportunity to kind of come scout you out?
I really ain't planning on all the camps I'm going, but I will be attending LSU. And visit a few more schools that I like.
Absolutely. I know people for LSU fans across the state will definitely be happy to hear that. Hopefully the Tigers can come in and woo you, and hopefully they get in the offer. That'll be another opportunity for you to land an offer at another great school. But I know you're going to be busy. Schools are going to be calling, coaches are going to be calling, which is once again a great position and one that you've certainly earned. Let's talk about the upcoming season. It's going to be, be a big year for you. What's some of the things that you're, in addition to, just that state championship, how are you trying to grow your game and become a better prospect and a better player?
Trying to expand my pass rushing move, have a counter move for a counter, just stuff like that.
Absolutely. At the point that you're at right now, it's about kind of getting the counters to the counter. You got that tape out there on you, so offensive linemen and offensive coaches will be trying to study to try to disrupt a difference maker on that defensive line for the Rebels. But he's studying. He's realizing some of the areas in his game that he can learn and improve, and that's definitely something that a college coach would love to hear. That you're able to critique your game right now and realize where you're strong and where you're weak, and some of the things that you need to work on. But here at Get Recruited 365, it's not just about what you do on the field. It's also what kind of person are you. One of the key things that we want to bring to the table is to show that you're not just another jersey number. You're actually young men having to make tough decisions. And so for those coaches out there who want to know who Dennis is as a person, talk to those coaches and let them know a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm a cool person to be around. Hard working, give my all in everything I do.
Absolutely, and that's kind of showcase, like I said before, he's doing it in the classroom. That's one of the key things here. Active in the community, at that West Monroe Rebel program, you know what kind of history and what kind of lineage it is over there. So, state championship, national championship type of pedigree, definitely a difference maker on the field, but an all-around great young man once he takes that helmet off as well. Talk to those coaches about maybe a player that you feel your game is sort of like, or somebody that you get inspired by when you see them play.
I really like to watch Clemson defense end Shaq Lawson play.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's, once again, for those of you who don't know about Shaq Lawson, he's a disruptor for the Clemson Tigers. I mean, one of those recruits that was able to help kind of transcend that Clemson program to being, a really good program to a great program now. So Shaq Lawson, I totally, understand how you can see his game. If coaches watch your highlight film and go back and look at Shaq's highlight film from when he was in high school, you can see some comparable things there. So definitely a building block and definitely a solid comparison. All right, for those coaches who want to get in contact with you, want to learn more about you as a recruit and as a young man, and really trying to figure out what it's going to take to land you to their program, what's your contact information?
You can follow me on Twitter at KingCollins_.
Absolutely. We'll make sure we put that information up on the screen so you can get right to him. If you have any questions or any concerns, I know he'll be able to answer it on his Twitter. This is a young man that, as we kind of said before, his stock is continuing to rise. I predicted it. I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. Once again, we want to thank God for that. But absolutely, this is a train that's just getting ready to start to get rolling. So for you coaches out there who have not offered, and to the coaches that have offered, we want to say thank you. To the coaches that have not offered, this is a young man that's very open in his decision. He's still at that pivotal time where he's kind of being wooed and hearing the pitches. You want to make sure you get in on the Dennis Collins train. You want to make sure you get that offer in. Talk to him, talk to his parents, so that this is a young man that can come in, be a difference maker in your program, and be another building block for the next 3 to 4 years. Well, as always, this has been Get Recruited 365, bringing you who's got next with another top-notch prospect in the area. Hopefully we can get that Under Armour All-American talk rolling, and all these All-American games can pay attention to my boy having another great season for the Rebels. You want to make sure you stay tuned because, like I said, it's just getting started for Dennis. All right, stay tuned.